And the leader of majority in the National Assembly, that's Aden Duale, now says he backs a referendum to change the country's system of governance, but only if it is held alongside the 2022 general election. Now, Duale says there is no turning back on the push for a change to a parliamentary system as the only way to secure President Uhuru Kenyatta's of a united country. His sentiments are, however, facing a pushback from President's own backyard, as Gatundu South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria put it in a rather unparliamentary language: the presidential system is here to stay.
For the second time in nearly 10 years, the country is gripped by the heat of just how the country's chief executive officers should be elected. The recent trigger, the anticipated Building Bridges Initiative report that some hope will address this issue. The return of the parliamentary versus presidential system debate already causing a divide in the political class. The leader of majority and the Gatundu South MP have locked horns over the yet-to-be-confirmed proposal and are pulling in different directions.
So those who are telling us one man, one vote, fine. We will tell you 1 kilometer, 1 vote. And this is what I said in 2015. Kenya belongs to all of us.
And I think Kenyans will make a terrible mistake. Me, I'm telling you that if you give MPs power to elect the chief executive of this country, that 10,000 shillings unasikianga kwa choo, that is what is going to give this country a shitty president.
Duale maintains that a change is the only way to address the perennial violence that follows elections in Kenya.
Whether or not the BBI report will contain recommendations that will suggest a change in the system of government in Kenya, the leader of majority in the National Assembly maintains that this debate is one that must be had, especially now.
If inclusivity is real, then inclusivity must begin with the top seat in the country. That seat must be inclusive. It must rotate.
According to Duale, the BBI was born out of a need to ensure that the country does not go through divisive, competitive politics. This, he says, can only be achieved through the parliamentary system. The changes in system of government can only be effected through a referendum, one that the MP says should not be pushed on the populace right now.
We can put it as a question in the general election and say that this general election, we will have questions on the mood of government that we want.
But Kuria says the justification by the majority leader has nothing to do with the merits and demerits of the systems of government.
This fakir unasikia Duale akirukaruka is about Garissa. People have rejected him, and they have said it more than once. So come on, the whole country cannot be Garissa.
As it currently stands in Kenya, the game of numbers continues to determine the country's leadership, making it nearly impossible for the smaller communities to challenge for the highest office in the land. And Duale now says, regardless of the choice, those communities are now changing tact.
We are making sure that in the next 20 years, our numbers also are turned into a tyranny. Yes, we are marrying 4 wives. We are making sure that those who are 4, they get 10 kids.
This debate, however, is likely to get amplified once the BBI report is out, probably before the end of the week. Brenda Wanga, NTV.